Hi, great to see you again.
See you.
Can you tell us who's available for tomorrow first of all? And is Berge able to play and make a statement?
The players that are going to be available, they are the same players than last week. About Sander, of course, he's with us, and we are really pleased to have him with us as well. And he's not ready to start to be with the team tomorrow. Next week, we are going to see him involved in both games.
What do you like about him? And is he a Paulinia replacement?
We are here not okay. The position is the same, of course. When you sign Sander, is for him to come to be one of our players playing that role, the number 6 really. And like we have Sessegnon, like Reid can play there too. But it's not. We don't sign players to replace or to be a copy of the others. Sander has his quality, has his value, and he's going to be a very, very good player for Fulham Football Club. I don't have doubts about it.
We understand too that you're going to announce Joachim Andersen today as another Fulham signing. What a great signing, and welcome back to Fulham.
It's very close, I have to say. Of course, difficult for me to be talking about it because it's not official yet. But I have to say that it's very close. Things happen, and as you said, I think he used the right words on it, and he's a great signing for us. He's a player that is loved in his football club for a long time. Myself as a manager, he wasn't with me, but myself as a manager, I'm 100% sure that he's going to bring something really important for us, not just in terms of quality, leadership, maturity, and all that stuff. And he's going to be a very, very good tool in our season and the seasons ahead, and further seasons as well. A really important one, and let's hope everything is going to be official this afternoon, as you said. And when he's going to be, all of us, we have to be delighted with the signing. 2 very good players, Premier League players. Okay, Andersen a bit more mature than the other, but both proven Premier League players. They are going to add something really good for us. And as you know, from the first moment of the pre-season, they were 2 positions that we were looking for to sign players, and finally we got 2 good solutions.
So is Andersen the final signing that you've done?
No. We are going to sign a forward player for sure. We need to sign, as you all know that we. From last season we lost 2 wingers. Bobby Reid left the club and William left the club too, and we haven't signed any player for that position, and we are going to sign a forward player.
You've been linked with Ryan Cherky at Lyon, and it's been suggested that the clubs have agreed a fee, but he's not sure. Is that right?
No, I'm not going to talk about players from the other teams. I've spoken about Sander Berge because he's our player. Andersen is a little bit a special situation because we all know that he's very close about players from the other teams and all that stuff. I'm not going to talk. I talk about my players and about the game tomorrow. And okay, I said to you, and it's clear, we want to sign a forward player, a player that can play in the wide sides of our attacking area.
What about tomorrow then, the first game of a new season? You're back at the cottage. How good is it to be back home? The stadium is taking shape. It's looking fantastic, but the Riverside not quite ready. I mean, it's great to be home.
It will be perfect if the Riverside is going to be full of people. It's getting it's going the right direction. It's taking a long time for all of us here and for our fans. And I'm from the first season here. I was really looking forward to see that River Stand completely full of people. Is not going to be the case, but. The information that I got that is going to be much more than last season, and step by step we are going to increase until probably the Christmas period is going to be full of people, and is a very good news for us as a football club. And as you said, first home game, we are always all of us we are looking forward for it because it's always a special feeling for all of us to play at Craven Cottage. We have been really successful the last 3 seasons there, and is being our fortress, if I can say, and we want to make that place against really tough for any opponent to come, and to make that place really our home, and where you feel really comfortable with our fans. They are always behind us, when you can enjoy our football as well. And let's hope tomorrow is going to be the first case of the season.
And there's going to be a swimming pool on the top soon as well. Are you going to enjoy going swimming there soon?
No, I think it's not a football thing. It's just for the people that they can enjoy during the week. It's not even for the. We all know that an information that I got is not even to be open during the football match. I think it's not important for us. For me as a manager, for our football players, for our fans, it's not important. Important is for us to have a good squad, to have our fans behind us, to have the fans really behind. As better you can play, better for them to enjoy ourselves. As better you can play, we are going to be closer to win a football match. That is the main thing for me as a manager and for my players as well. All the other things around, okay, if you make the people that come to our stadium feel better, I think it's for the structure of our football to do it. It's not for me and for my players.
How optimistic are you feeling after Old Trafford about Leicester?
Different, of course. The feeling was a little bit strange in the end, because I think we should have taken more, and we deserve to take more from that game. I think it was really an open game. Second half could have gone for one side or the other, to be honest. We consider a late goal, but for a first game, with so many players that we lost from last season, the answer was very, very good. I did expect that, to be honest. I said to you that our pre-season was really top. The spirit was very good. Within our squad, the dressing room is getting the shape that we want. Much better this week. Probably in the end of next week is going to be even a bit different as well, but it's getting shape, the squad. And was a good answer from ourselves in a tough place to go. First game of the season, okay, the atmosphere was top level, I have to say, at Old Trafford last week, but just a team that knows really what wants to do, and believing on themselves with the right trust to play, can start a game like we started. Our first 25 minutes at Old Trafford, they were at top level, very, very good. Of course, after good reaction from Man Utd is normal, but just a team that knows really what he wants and has the capacity to do it, can answer in that way. Of course, we have to be more consistent throughout the game, but it was a good one. We didn't take the result, that is always the most important thing, but we took many positives from that game, and we want to build on from the positives to a good result tomorrow.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Sam. Hi Marco, good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been a really productive summer transfer-wise. I know you mentioned there that there's still one or two more to come in, but I just wondered how you felt about it personally, because the sense from the fans is a lot of excitement. When you look back at what you've done so far, how pleased are you?
I think we probably, and I have to say, of course, it's important that people don't forget. For me, it's already past, but sometimes you have to remind, probably, don't say 100% because I am not sure about, but probably you are the only team in Premier League that lost 4 starting 11 players. It's difficult for you to go, and all the other 17 Premier League teams, okay, the teams that they were promoted is slightly different, but all the others, I think you are not going to find one that lost 4 starting 11 players. That is the first thing that we want to, is important to talk about. But for us to go to the market the way we went, something happened as well. And of course we lost starting 11 players. We have to go for players that can have an impact straight away in our squad. That is the first thing. Of course, the last 2 seasons we sold, or last 2 summers, we sold players like we never did in the past as well, and certain type of amount of money that the first time for the club in 2 years we broke the record of selling players in these football clubs in terms of money. And of course, when you start to sell players and really important players for us, of course we have to be ready for the market. Of course, we did plan well ourselves, and of course with the board, with Alistair, with Tony as well, about what we need. Really, I was clear with them what we need, and of course, it's a matter of business. You know, sometimes the players they come early, the other times it's more difficult. What was clear for us, and last season too, but clear, we knew clear what we needed and what we wanted. And sometimes you have to be a little bit more patient, even if we go for the first game of the season or the second game of the season. You don't have your squad complete. You don't have all the players ready to play. And tomorrow is a good example. The players that they signed this week, they are not going to be involved. But we know really, and we had enough passion to get the right players. Business point of view, of course, the board has to do their best, and they have been doing. They have been trying their best as well to for us to reinforce the team, the squad in the positions that we need. And of course, we have to say that we are really pleased. We need the last piece on it, and for sure. And I hope that we are going to go in the right direction next week again to get the last piece in, because we have to be really pleased. We have to be I'm not talking, okay, let the fans to be excited, we are pleased. We know that you have a good squad again to go and to compete at the level that we want to compete in Premier League.
I watched Sanders' first interview yesterday, and a word that came up quite a few times from him was ambition.
Yeah.
How important is it that the players that you're signing are genuinely pleased to be here, which you got that sense from him yesterday, and it's easy to say all the right things, isn't it? But you did get that sense from him. How important is it that they are feeling that ambition when they come, and for you to see that as a manager as well?
For me, I have to tell that it's a great feeling because, you know, normally it's not something that we talk about and it's not important to talk, but it's already the fourth summer for me in this football club. The first one, okay, as you know, after a really tough season, was not even a summer, was just, okay, put everybody in the right track and to go and to fight to be champion, to be again in Premier League, and we did it. I can say that it's the third summer already, really to be busy and to try to get the team in best shape you can. And one of the things that is being changing, and for me is please me really, and I think is important for our fans and it's important for our football club, the feeling that we go and you try to sign the players that we need and they are possible for us to get as well. But I feel from the other side that many players, they want to come to join Fulham Football Club, and it's something that with the work from everybody, ourselves, players, the results that we have been achieving, the way you play football as well, because it's not just because we achieve results, the players, they have to feel something in the way you play football, the way you convince them to come, and it's completely different right now. Even meetings that I have with some players and whatever, is completely different, the feeling. And you just can do it if the players, they can see something that can make them to be better, can make them to be in a squad that can be competitive, to be successful as well. And I agree with you. Okay, you gave the example of Sander, but since 2-3 seasons ago, when you start to sign players like Berge and all that stuff, and Andrés Pereira and all these players, that we have been talking about last season with Calvin, Alexiobi, a lot of years in Premier League too, and Timothy Castagne, I start to feel that, and this season even more. And one of the things, of course, to convince players to join ourselves, we have to show them the project. And one of the things that is important is always behind, and it's something that they listen from me every single time, every single day, is about ambition and clear. And for you to compete at level and in so tough competition, if you don't have the ambition, okay, you have to be realistic, but ambition has to be there. And yes, Sander is one of the cases. You are going to listen for sure. And there's the same, like we did with Ryan and Emil Smith-Rowe too, and all the others. I think is really important for us, and George Cuenca too. It's really important for us to have and to share with the ambition. They know the project, they know what are the goals, and we are going to fight for them.
And as for Leicester, last time you played them in the league, you put 5 past them. Yes, I know you conceded 3, but it was a really, really good performance on the day. I know you're not one to look back too much, but attacking-wise, that's the kind of, and I think you won 5-0 the game after that as well against West Ham. So attacking-wise, that's the sort of Fulham that you would like this season as well, isn't it?
No, it's the way. I mean, not just it's the way we play, it's the way we approach games, it's the way we like to see our team play. Of course, balance is important. Of course, being strong defensively is important. All that stuff, but we have a way to play. You have our philosophy as a team. The players, they know really well, and of course, it's not something new. For one reason, the first season we arrive here and the club score more than 100 goals in Championship. I know that is a different competition, but it's not easy to find many teams that they score more than 100 goals. And of course, the other seasons more or less the same. I think the first season in Premier League, we did break the goal scorer from Fulham in Premier League too. Okay, it's not something new. Of course, to win football match in Premier League 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2 is really tough. Imagine to score 5 goals. It's not something that happens so often, and because that come always when you score that goals, it's going to be a different game. I would like to repeat the same type of performance, and of course after let's see what is going to be the result, but it was a good performance from ourselves. Okay, but different squads, different teams, different manager at Leicester too. It's going to be a tough game. Okay, it's going to be the first game of the season for us at home. Well, the feeling is always there for something. You want to start well at home. Okay, Leicester coming from a good result at home against Tottenham too. Is going to be like always, a tough Premier League game, and we want really to start on the front foot and to do our best to win the game and to start and to get the points.
Just a final one from me. You mentioned the manager there, Steve Cooper, a man that you've got a really good record against, but also a man that you've got a lot of respect for as well. What have you made from your past dealings with Steve, and it'd be good to see him again?
Always good battles. It's going to be good to see him for sure, and he's been always good battles from that season when he took charge of Nottingham Forest. And from that moment, it's been always good games with goals too, I have to say. Let's hope we can concede two more, because it's really important for us to keep the clean sheet. But all the respect with him, different club now, different chapter for him, different type of club. But for sure, he's going to do his best as always, and we are here to make the life difficult for him tomorrow.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
A question from broadcast section.
Hi, good, thank you.
How important was it to, when you're signing a player like Sander Berge, were you looking for that physical attributes to match someone like Pellegrini? How important was it to get something like that?
I think I will not. I know that the people is going to make a lot of comparison and all that stuff. Is not. I don't go in this direction, because okay, the size could be similar, but they are different players. That is the main thing I think is important. The people not, but our fans, they understand. Of course, we are looking for a certain type of profile, definitely for that position, and we did find the profile that we wanted. I will not go in that situation to compare players, because they are different. During the season, we are going to have the capacity to see that and to see what I'm talking about right now. But yes, it's going to give something that is important for us in many aspects of the game, that I really believe that in that position is important to have in Premier League, on the ball, off the ball, set pieces as well. As you know, of course, we are going to have a good size again in our squad, and set pieces is always an important part of the games at this level. But we sign not just a player for one situation, like a package that Sander Berge, we want certain type of things that are important in that box, and Sander Berge feel really well that boxes that we want to fill.
You'll be reunited with Bobby Reid tomorrow. What sort of reception do you think he'll have, and how much of a pleasure was it for you to manage him?
What a player, and more than that, what a professional. I have to tell, okay, I've been pleased and happy managed, because so far in my career, but talking about Fulham, I've been working with top guys and top professionals, and one of the best examples is definitely Bobby Reid. He's going to have the reception that he deserves. I'm 100% sure. Was a great servant for this football club, and as a professional, top boy, top professional with the knowledge of the game that is not easy to find, because he understands really well any moment of the game. Okay, for different reasons, decide to have a different challenge in his career, and of course we wish him all the best apart from the games against Fulham, because he deserves everything good in his life, in his career too, and he's a top guy.
Just on the signings you've made so far, what have they brought to the camp, the experience? Have they brought good mentality? What have they brought to your squad?
They brought what we need in that positions, mentality point of view and maturity point of view. Of course, we lost some important pieces in our dressing room in terms of ambition, maturity, quality as well. We cannot forget some of the players that we lost. 4 of them, they were around the 30s, 2 in the 35s as well. João with 28. Bobby with 30, the other Team Ream and William with 35, 36, Tosin a little bit younger but with a lot of experience at this level. It's important to understand, and of course the moment is now to look for the present and the future, to don't talk about the past, but when we look for something important in terms of quality, that is the main thing, maturity, okay, good guys in the dressing room to keep the spirit that is being crucial for us the last few seasons, something that we have been building in our football club. Of course, we lost something important and we want to add something different, because it's different, but someone that, or people that have an impact. And we did clear with Ryan, a player that two tough seasons, but then knows really well our football club. George Cuenca that I told last week, and I will going to repeat for the people that doesn't know him really well, is going to be a big surprise. He's a top central defender in my opinion, and of course the situation of Emil, and now these two that one sign and the other is close to sign, and they are going to have a really good impact. We need that to help the others, that the base that we have here, the platform that we have already created in our football club with the players that we have, to create a really good squad again, to go and to compete at the best level we can. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Do you have a question for broadcast? Just one in broadcasting and then we'll go to written press.
Yes.
Hi, Marco.
Hi.
Obviously, Fulham fans will be excited by the first home game tomorrow, maybe seeing the reappearance of Brian Sessegnon. He obviously wasn't involved last week, but is there an opportunity that he might feature tomorrow in front of that great coach?
No, you have to wait until tomorrow. Let's see if he's going to be in the squad list or not. He's going to be start the game or not. I have, of course, a decision already in my mind, but you have to wait until tomorrow. I understand the question, make all the sense as well, because he's someone from the academy that I think was a short period, but he had an incredible success with our shirt some years ago. Was sold for a big amount of money too. Unfortunately for him, for different reasons, but I have to say much more for the injury problems. He didn't get probably the level that he should have the last few seasons. Now the main thing for us is to keep him in his best physical conditions he can, and he's working hard really. Ryan is working really hard to get at the level than the others, and of course when he's going to happen, that he's going to be a really useful player for us, an important player, another good piece in our squad. Very good competition, yes, with Robinson, as all you know. But of course, yes, is a great feeling for him. I know, it's a great feeling for our fans for sure to have him back, and let's hope we can share very good moments in the future with him again.